I trusted my son. That sentence used to feel simple, comforting even. Now it feels heavy. I'm retired. And for most of my life, I believed that trust, especially inside a family, was something you never had to question. After my wife passed away, things changed quietly. Not all at once. Just enough that I started leaning on my son more than I ever had before. He helped me with paperwork, with phone calls, with things that suddenly felt more complicated than they used to. I didn't see it as dependence. I saw it as family. He was the organized one, the responsible one, the one who understood these things, and I was tired, not weak, just tired. One afternoon, he came over to my house. The same house where my wife and I had lived for decades. The same kitchen table where birthdays were celebrated and arguments were settled. He sat across from me and placed a folder on the table. It wasn't dramatic. There was no urgency in his voice, no raised concerns, just a calm tone. He said, "Dad, there's something we should take care of." Inside the folder was a document, several pages, small print. I didn't recognize most of the words. I remember asking, "What is this?" He didn't hesitate. "It's just a paper," he said. "Something to make things easier if anything ever happens." That phrase, "if anything ever happens," landed softly. It sounded responsible, preventive, like planning ahead. I asked if it was necessary. I wasn't opposed, just cautious. He smiled. The same smile I'd seen since he was a child. "It's just for your protection," he said. "So I can help you if you need it, protection." That word mattered. At my age, people talk to you differently. They start using words like safety, assistance, support. You're no longer making plans. You're being taken care of. I didn't feel threatened by that idea. I felt relieved. I didn't want to become a burden. I didn't want to complicate things. And I didn't want to doubt my own son. The document stayed between us on the table. He pointed to a place near the bottom. "Just here," he said. I glanced at the pages again. The text was dense, formal. It didn't look dangerous. It looked boring, and boring things feel harmless. I thought about reading it carefully. I really did. But there was an unspoken pressure in the room, not aggressive, just social. The kind that says, "Don't make this harder than it needs to be." I trusted his explanation more than the words on the page. So I signed. The pen felt heavier than usual. I remember that. Not because I was afraid, but because my hands aren't as steady as they once were. When I finished, he closed the folder. "That's it," he said. "All done. No ceremony, no warning. Just another task crossed off a list." He stayed a little longer. We talked about ordinary things, weather, dinner plans. Nothing felt different. And that's what scares me now. Because at that moment, nothing had happened yet. I didn't lose anything that day. I didn't feel confused. I didn't feel tricked. I felt responsible. I felt like a father who had done the sensible thing. What I didn't know, what no one explained, was that the paper I signed had a name, and that name mattered more than I understood. If you think stories like this should be told, you can support the channel by liking this video. If you want to keep watching, subscribe to the channel. A new episode every day. Cool doesn't always mean fair.